those who signed the Charter. Does this mean that your 22-month-old child will grow up and have an inferior education because you, her mother, signed the Charter?
I'm afraid that's how it is. Of course, I'm still fairly young, so I still believe that it won't turn out quite like that. I hope that before those 8, 9 or 10 years are up, before these things really begin to affect her, she will have a fair chance of an education. But even if she doesn't, we will have to arrange something else. Because I don't share the view of most of the people in this country that we should keep quiet on account of the children. On the contrary, I'm convinced that on account of the children we should speak out.
I have lived with censorship for so long, the author Zdeněk Urbánek says, that the censor is no longer at his desk, he is in my head. After Urbánek signed the Charter, he was interrogated for 12 hours, his house was searched, and his typewriter was taken away to be registered.
If you write something against the regime, all they have to do is look in their files, and they have your typewriter.
Yes, I'm afraid they do. Yes.
Professor Jan Patočka was the Charter's spokesman. He was a much-loved philosopher. After he had dared to speak to the Dutch foreign minister in Prague, he was interrogated incessantly. He then had a heart attack, but his tormentors pursued him to his hospital bed, where the interrogations continued, until he suffered a brain hemorrhage and died.
He had the best possible death a human being can have, that at the end of his life he was able to display basic essence of his philosophy and to die for that.
At the funeral of Jan Patočka, a helicopter droned over his grave and motorcycles were revved to spoil the blessing and the greatest outpouring of grief for democracy since 1968.
Was one of the best philosophers of our country. At the time of his funeral, I think there were about 300 signatories of the Charter, but there were, I think, more than 1,000 people at the funeral.
It's been 9 years since the Prague Spring of Dubček, when there was massive support for democracy in this country. What's happened to Czechs in those 9 years?
In the first place, a great illusion has vanished. And for most people, it has vanished for good.